What is up there everyone, it's the Gardener Gamertag here, and to keep or not to keep is becoming more of a common question whilst I'm playing Destiny 2. I've now hit rank 20, I haven't as yet completed the story, I seem to be getting through it very slowly, but then I am also completing all the adventures and everything at the same time. But I have started getting some legendary gear now I've hit maximum rank, so I've been trying to increase my light level at the same time. Now, I'm not sure if I'm particularly unlucky with some of my drops, but I've recently been getting quite a few, I think I've got 6 or 7 now, where I've had a legendary drop which drops with 10 attack or defense rating. And I'm left quite puzzled as what to do with these. Now, I think it would make sense to scrap them because then they aren't really going to be much use being 10 attack rating. However, I do kind of want to keep them because I've especially got these 2 rocket launchers. It's 2 of the same rocket launcher. It's the Sins of the Past rocket launcher. And the reason I want to keep it is that from the description of the weapon it seems that when the rocket hits a target it then has some sort of cluster bomb explosion. And that sounds like it would be super duper triggering in the Crucible, so why wouldn't I want to keep that? And I'm not sure what to do with it. Firstly because I would like to keep them, but also I have one of solar ammo type and one of void ammo type. And I'm thinking if I was able to get these up to a good light level, they could be quite useful in strikes or in the raid perhaps when I eventually get to that point. And I'm not sure whether I should actually keep these launchers or not, because I also have various other weapons and armour which have 10 attack rating but are legendary items. And I'm not really sure what to do with them. I just sort of wanted to ask some advice on that, because at the moment I'm keeping them because my thought process is, well, if I get enough legendary shards I can start upgrading them so that they have much better ratings. But at the same time, I'm not sure whether infusing is actually going to be worth it, because I've been infusing some of my exotic items, because I've got 3 exotic items at the moment. 2 of them are from campaign missions, so they have quite low ratings at the moment. So I've been infusing my gauntlets that I got from Titan, and I've currently got them up to 180 light level, which is a bit lower than most of my gear at the moment. I'm not sure how worth it infusing is. I'm not sure whether it's worth just scrapping some of the items, or whether it will be worth eventually in the end having put more and more items into it and infusing it up to the higher light level. Because the main reason I'm keeping these legendary items is usually they've just got really, really good perks. And so I'm not really sure what items I should keep, what ones I should get rid of. I've so far been getting rid of legendary items that I just don't think I'm going to use. Like, I get 2 grenade launchers, and I don't really use grenade launchers that much, because in PvE they're not very useful, and in the Crucible I just forget to equip them, because I'm a bit of a noob. So I've been getting rid of ones that I see that have either inferior perks, or I'm just not likely to use it because I've got another one with a better rating, so I have no real reason to use it. And I'm not sure what items to keep. And one other thing is also to do with transmat effects. So when I've been going to the Eververse lady, she gives you these boxes which gives you mostly cosmetic items. And I've currently had 3 transmat effects for the Crucible, but I don't actually know how to equip them. The only option I get when I go into my inventory is just to dismantle them. So I'm not sure if they're connected to these auras that you get, which I haven't as yet unlocked. But it's kind of confusing. I wasn't sure if anyone actually knows how you use these transmat effects or actually equip them. Because I'd like to see what these transmat effects actually look like. Would they make me look really cool when I'm entering the Crucible, or are they just a bit of a gimmick? In the background is actually some of my Crucible gameplay. This particular one was a gameplay when I was doing the challenge for Lord Shaxx, where you just have to complete Crucible games and then you get a legendary engram. And I don't know what it is about this particular map. It's the map on IO. I just seem to really get on with this map. It was the one map I got to play when I was playing the PC beta. And I just seem to get really good games on this particular map. I'm not really sure why. Although I'm kind of a little bit also confused about the Crucible, because I see other people playing the beta or just playing the full game, and they play maps that I've never seen whenever I've played the Crucible. And I'm not sure whether it's just in a different playlist or whether it's just the fact that these haven't happened to come up for me. Because I currently have only played on 3 or 4 maps. I played the one on Io, there's the one that's on Earth, which I seem to get most commonly. There's then another one which is kind of on a slightly icy planet. And there's sort of rocky tunnels in the middle where it's just a complete clusterfuck, but everyone runs there anyway because it's funny. And there's another one which is kind of a weird one. It's kind of loads of white rocks, but that was in the competitive playlist, so I'm not sure if that was just a competitive map or not. But so far, the one on IO just seems to be the map I really gel with. And I seem to have this one setup that really, really worked for me, which I had this scout rifle. I think it's called the Armillary PSU. I just seem to really get on with the scout rifle in the Crucible. And then this energy weapon, which I cannot actually remember its name. It's a solar weapon, and it begins with an N. And that's about all I can remember of what it's called. But it's actually only a green weapon, so it's not a particularly good weapon for PvE at the moment for me, because all my other stuff's overtaken it. Although I did actually just the other day get a legendary weapon which feels pretty much the same as it, but it's slightly different, so I want to try that out and see if I can replace it. because it was actually a pretty good weapon. It just seemed to do a lot of work for me, because it would kind of fit that perfect range for me, where it's good for medium range, but it can also hold its own in close range, where the scout rifle won't be as useful. I had tried using hand cannons for close range, but I just suck with hand cannons. I seem to have a tendency to try and almost flick shot with them for some reason, and I always just overcompensate. So I just end up firing a million warning shots and they just end up laughing. And so I've had to completely avoid hand cannons. But I do also have a bit of a problem with my power weapons. I just seem to get no luck, or I'm just terrible at using them. Because when I've used a shotgun, I've just never got on with it. Admittedly, I've now got shotguns with a higher fire rate, so I'm probably going to give those a go, because they'll probably do me a lot better in the Crucible. But I just don't seem to get on very well. I did try this one grenade launcher I had, which I thought would be fucking hilarious to use, because it had grenades which you could fire on the floor, and they basically act like small mines, so if an enemy comes close to them, they explode. But I tried it and I didn't get any kills with it, so I don't know whether it's a case that these mines will only last for one life, or whether they are just absolutely terrible. I'm not really sure. It didn't quite work out, and I've only really had any luck with a rocket launcher, but I'm not very good with it. I either miss or I get a uber multi-kill, so it's a bit inconsistent for me, and I've kind of stayed away from fusion rifles just because I get the feeling I'm going to be absolutely terrible with them, because I struggle to use them in PvE, and so I cannot imagine myself being any use with it in the Crucible. But my experience so far with Destiny is still pretty good. I'm still enjoying the game. I'm sort of seeing a couple of the small flaws and things that it could have done, which it didn't, but I'm still enjoying the game and having a good bit of fun with it. I have actually been enjoying using the Titan. It's the only character I've got at the moment. I'm sort of in an internal debate at the moment as to whether I should actually start a new character at some point before trying to max out my Titan, or whether I should just continue using my Titan, because I quite like using the Titan, but at the same time I get the feeling that it might be worth starting a new character. However, at the moment I should probably finish the story first before I start doing another character, otherwise I might start confusing myself. But I do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you can answer any of these questions it would be greatly appreciated. But this has been the guy with my gamertag, and I'll see you on another video.
Finish them.